Hey guys, Brian here with Vet Source back with a little update on our Lincoln Mark VII air suspension difficulties or troubleshooting we've been taking care of. So we've got a Tuesday afternoon here in Southeast Texas, a little bit mild, kind of cloudy, but I thought I'd give you a quick update. I know a couple weeks ago we talked about a strut replacement, so I was going to let you guys know was we went ahead, we got our struts changed out pretty easily on this because, again, it's a really clean car, so it doesn't have too many difficulties or rusty bolts or anything to remove. Got that done in about an hour to discover, the front end may have been down a little bit because of our struts, but the struts really don't take up that much action. And of course, me being a Corvette guy, with not dealing with air suspension very much, I wasn't realizing just how much the air suspension or the airbags themselves lift the car up. So what we discovered once we had the front end kind of torn apart was that the bags were brand new in this car, so that was good. Somebody replaced the bags. But the solenoid valve that I had replaced previously a few weeks ago, when the service manual calls out for dielectric grease, I'll just give you a hint, guys, you've got to put a lot of dielectric grease in it to keep it from leaking. So what we ended up having was a small leak that every time you'd move the solenoid valve around, the thing would leak on you and would cause the left front to come down. So even though it would air back up while we were driving it, we were still getting a low front end, which was driving me crazy, obviously. So it just goes to show you that with a service manual and proper tools, and even interpreting sometimes what the service manual tells you is a little bit tricky, because, other than the service manual saying, hey, put some dielectric grease on your O-rings when you put the car back together again, it doesn't say that you literally have to pack that stuff in there to fill the gaps. There's 3 different O-rings in each airbag assembly to keep it going. So we've got the Lincoln, as you can see. She's looking pretty nice. Our cosmetic deficiencies have kind of gotten a little bit worse since we started working on this project last year. As you can see, the clear coat, for you that aren't familiar, in the early days when they went to a water-based paint, the clear coat just wasn't able to hold up. The chemistry wasn't right for it. So what you're seeing here is actual clear coat that has turned white and burned on the car. And of course, down here in Texas, we've got lots of heat, so this didn't help. And then, like I was told you guys in the past, this was a garage kept car, so this is one thing I will have to attend to. I'm really not going to worry about it right now. You can kind of see, just looking, how clean the inner fender wells are on this thing, and the general nice condition. It's a little dirty because I've been using it in a normal car basis fashion. So from here out, the car is dependable. It gets literally 22, 23, 24 miles to the gallon. You keep your foot out of it because it is just a wolf in sheep's clothing, a Fox body Mustang with a 5.0 in it. I keep joking with my wife that I'm going to go ahead and put a cam and head and intake package on it with headers and a stall converter and a deep rear gear set to go drag race it, and she tells me don't touch it. So but what we've got left to work on in this car for now, just to give you a quick update for the guys that have been and girls that have been following me on this one, I've still got to fix our left window motor. It's not working. Gears are stripped out on that. I've got to figure out why our radio doesn't want to work. I think the amp may have gone bad on it. I've got a ball joint that I've identified in the right front that's loose and rattling a little bit. Typical Ford problem. I got to retint the windows, of course. But other than that, I do have probably an ABS wheel sensor that's giving me a light when we drive it. So I've got to take care of that too. And I know there's one other thing. Oh yes, the airbag light likes to come on. At least it's telling me what's wrong with which sensor's bad, so I need to look at the sensor. But other than that, I think after I finish up those few things, and I'll try to document those while I'm doing it and throw them in the playlist that I've set up that you'll see a link to above my head as I'm talking about it. There's not much else left I've really got to do on this car than just enjoy it and drive it like it was meant to be done. Now, I do come across, I've got friends and family that wonder why I bother with some of these older cars. Truth is, some of it's just a matter of satisfaction, but I do get an immense pleasure out of making these cars back on the road again. I've been tearing down cars for 20 years, but when I can find cars that I can really just appreciate and enjoy and not have to worry about making a car payment or, full coverage insurance or that kind of stuff where you've got a lot of money coming out of your budget every month for that, these are nice alternatives, and this is a really well-built car. If you're a Lincoln fan, you know what I'm talking about. This car, it's amazing to believe that the unibody structure is just a Mustang, because you'd never know the difference between the tinny doors on a Mustang. And don't get me wrong, I love Mustangs too, but the build quality of a Mustang is more equal to like a Ford Tempo by comparison to the way these Lincolns are put together. So it is an interesting thing, and you get to drive a really nice luxury car for a little bit amount of money and don't have to worry about it. So like I said, I'll probably do a few more videos documenting some of the other electrical little oddities I've got to take care of on this before I close out my playlist. Not close it out, but finish this build for good. And we'll move on to the next one. As you guys have seen, if you look through my videos, I have plenty of other cars that I mess with and play around with on a regular basis. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you got any comments or suggestions, put them down in the comment box below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so that way you can get the new content as soon as I produce it and catalog. I may actually do a short video just taking this thing for a cruise down the road and showing you guys what it's like and how quiet the thing is when it's riding, because it's really interesting that even after 28 years it can still, and being flooded and everything else, can still maintain the kind of luxury appointments that it was known for when it was new. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll check back with you guys soon.